So I got the computer set up for Surge and it booted me off, so I couldn't do it. Thank you for guys for actually kind of helping me out with this at least this first parent meeting. Um, so there's a lot to kind of go over. I'll try to run through. If you guys sign on, please comment on here since I can't really see who's watching and who's not. So just comment so I know that you watched the video so I can count you as a participant for the parent meeting. And also for the parents that have to watch this later, sorry, um, just comment as well so that I know for the parents that are on YouTube have to watch this on YouTube since they do not have a Facebook page. Just send me a little text message saying, hey, Ashley, I watched it. That way I can count everyone who viewed this and got all the good information from this. So first, thank you for all joining me on this fun, wild year we're going to have. So here's the agenda. It's kind of long just because there's a lot to go over. So here's this part. I have a packet for everybody that I will be putting together this afternoon, and it will be out on our front steps tomorrow. No, remember there is no school tomorrow, but I will be here. But I'll just leave them out front so you can just grab. It'll be by your child's last name or your child's first name, um, last name for the double name we have. And it's basically the agenda, the notes. I will change it again if I need to. Hi, Shy, and thank you, Trina. Um, if I have to add any more notes to this, if you guys have any other questions, if you have questions, please type them in the comments and I will put them in here. I already had a couple of questions, so I kind of meshed that in. Luckily, there's some that were already in here. Also, after this video, I am going to go live on my phone, or I'm going to try to, and show you guys the preschool. Since you guys aren't allowed to come in, I thought it would be kind of nice for you guys to kind of see where your child is. See how the setup is. It's a little different from last year with all the COVID recommendations and requirements. So that way you can kind of see where your child sits, where all their materials are, their cubbies, all that kind of stuff, because you guys are kind of missing out on that stuff. And then some of the artwork we're going to be hanging up here soon. But yeah, so that's basically the intro. Right now it is for staff. It is myself. Right now we have a sub here, Miss Elise. In the next couple weeks we'll be having if you guys did not know, it's not my position, but a teacher position. We'll start interviews here very soon for that. So then there'll be a new face in the preschool as an actual staff member, not a sub. So when that happens, I will get back on here and introduce them to you. So then everyone knows who is with their child 5 days a week when they're at school. The next thing on the agenda is the school rules and the routine. So as you guys know, the routine has changed from last year, especially with dropping off and picking up. So I'm going to go through basically our daily checkups. You guys are doing awesome with already knowing the questions, so I don't have to keep repeating myself. With the daily check, though, we are really trying to focus more on any um, kind of illness, sickness. I know with the smoke, it's getting really bad. Luckily, we knock on wood, we've had no fevers, which is awesome. Um, that I've had to send a child home yet. If your child even kind of seems sick in their eyes, I know tiring. I know we're having a really hard time right now with sleep habits and all that. Just do a double check at home. If you guys need me, I'll put another one of those home screening sheets in the envelopes too. So you guys can kind of screen them at home before you drop them off, so there is no surprise. Runny nose, cough. Let me find my wonderful checklist. If you guys didn't notice, I think I told everyone that our checklist has gotten longer. So instead of just doing the cough, what was it before? Fever, cough, sore throat, shortness of breath, or contact with anyone who has had COVID. Our little sheet, which everyone has seen me check in every day. Cough, sore throat, shortness of breath, congestion. So this is going to get really hard during the winter time. If we have that nasty mucusy, nasty deep cough, Keep your child home so I don't have to send them home up, in the morning. If they have nasty green boogers as well, please keep them home, so that way I don't have to send them home when they get here. Congestion, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which technically, if they've had that within the 24 hours, you guys need to keep them home either way, just to be safe. Extreme fatigue and muscle aches, that could be, really anything. And those ones we usually get, we don't get a whole lot of them, but you never know. But a lot of the kids usually complain about that right off the bat. So you'll know. A headache, and then also close contact or cared for anyone that was positive for COVID-19. So that is the list. Now, with that list, though, the new thing is if I do have to check on you guys and say sorry they cannot come, I actually have to report it to Susanville. Susan will report it to public health, and then public health will be contacting you if you have a lot of these symptoms, just so then your child can get tested to make sure that we're still safe here and that your child's safe and healthy and everything like that. So just keep that in mind. If your child is feeling a little blue, definitely keep them home instead of making them come to school and then having this whole routine that I have to do now. Just please do not forget your masks and social distancing, which you guys are doing awesome. And if we stagger like we have been, it works out perfect. If you guys noticed for the last couple mornings, I've been just meeting you guys by your door, your cars, which I started thinking if it's not a long line, I'm already out there. So why not just meet you guys and I can take your kid a little bit earlier. So inside though, our routine has changed with everything going on. So as soon as they come in, they wash their hands. They eat breakfast, then they go wash their hands again, and then they get directed choice, which is kind of slash centers because we put something out. We're trying this new technique. I'll talk a little bit more about down the road. Then we have direct choice, and then centers, and then we clean up, and then we wash our hands, and then we go to carpet time, which is our book, our calendar, and a lot of conversation. This class is very wild and very active. So high energy. So we try to get this conversation going because that definitely gets them intrigued with carpet time and they get to talk and they get to move a little bit and that kind of stuff. And then we go to the bathroom, wash our hands. If we're able to go outside, like you've noticed, we haven't done a whole lot just because the smoke rolls in and I'd rather keep all our kids safe and nothing nasty. If we go outside, they'll go to the bathroom, and then we'll go outside. If we can't go outside, we usually do physical play inside. Lana actually told us we can use the big hall if no one's in there, so we can run around a little bit in there, get all this energy out, which seems to help a little bit, but there's just so much energy that we would be running all day, I feel like. Um, and then some other stuff we'll do inside is like dance and yoga and meditation, and that's when we'll do our music and that kind of stuff, our rhythm sticks, all that, just to keep their bodies moving. And then we wash our hands again. And then we wait. Shelly brings our lunches at 11. And then we kind of hang out until you guys show up, since you guys have been showing up actually pretty early. So by the time we get done, if we had, like today, we had an art project that took way too long. So by the time we finished our art project, you guys were already on their way here. So we kind of just went straight to the carpet instead of trying to go outside and trying to bounce around. Too many transitions might not be that easy here for how fast it is. Like I said, due to COVID, the recommendations, no one is allowed inside the preschool unless they are a student or staff. So that's the other thing. You don't have to worry about other people coming in. We sanitize every day. So we're trying to keep all of us safe and healthy. That's the other thing. If you have any questions or concerns when it comes to that kind of stuff, please bring it to me. And if I don't know the answer, I will send you to someone who does. If you're running late, since I just said Miss Shelley Miss Shelley does breakfast and lunch for us now, if you guys did not know that. So if you're running late, please call me at the preschool, which is 256-2356. It's on my notes, so if you don't know the phone number, it's on here. Or if you have my cell phone or messenger, just write me saying, hey, Ashley, we'll be a couple minutes late, but we will be there. and please do it before 9 so I know I can order enough lunches. Granted, with Miss Shelley now being able to do the free grab and go lunches, if you decide not to bring your child before 9 o'clock, you can actually call the elementary school and they will just give them your name, how many lunches you need, and they will have them ready for you between 11:30 and 12:30's pickup at the elementary school. Now, we just want to make sure that if your child is here, please don't try to double dip and grab another lunch up there for a little extra. But this is another nice thing with the whole grant that they have with that if your child is sick, they can still get a lunch and breakfast. Just remember to call the elementary school before 9 o'clock, and then pickup is from 11:30 to 12:30, which I'll repeat again when I'm going through this because I'm kind of jumping around. If your child is out of school for 3+ days, they will need a doctor's note, just to make sure that it's nothing that's contagious, and just to show that we weren't just kind of playing hooky or something like that. Your child, when it comes to absences, I know a lot of people worry about this. Your child has 10 excused absences. Now, the excused absences are more like, oh, the family came up, not the sick. Sick, don't worry about the sickness. But like you go on a family trip or something like that, we can use those basically like a best interest, and that's one of our excused. Best interest, basically excuse our best interest days. So, child is not feeling like it. If you're going out of town, that'll be basically a best interest day, and you only get 10 a year. So I will keep track. If you guys kind of lose count of how many you've used, just let me know. I make a tally sheet so I can tell you how many, what day you took it off, and everything like that. Your child also has 5 unexcused absences for the year before we have to drop your child. So let's not get to that point. Attendance is very, very important this year. So if we can keep our attendance up like we have, which is awesome, I've never had full classes like this lately. Um, let's just keep the attendance up. That's the big thing that'll help us out. And then hopefully, as soon as all the stuff gets lifted, if it does get lifted, we can actually have more kids, and it's not going to be this stressful about absences or attendance. Granted, those are all still state regulated things, so you will still need to do the best interest, and you still have the same amount. If you guys get to unexcused, I will let you know. Just be like, hey, you ran out of best interest, and now you're in the unexcused area. Just so then it's in the back of your mind. Now the next thing is ouch and behavioral reports, which I grabbed some for you guys to see it. Ouch reports will be handed out if your child gets hurt at the school, which is like bleeding or marks or something major. If they just kind of, fall or something, well, not fall, I guess that would be major. But, just a little ouchie, not a big deal kind of thing, then I won't write one. But this is what they look like right here. Ooh, there we go. So it says your name, the child's name, who's reporting it, where, what injury is. Now, it just says injury 2. If there was something that happened, like the whole situation was kind of funky, or your child's running up the stairs and she fell, I will write that on there as well, just so then you guys can kind of have a background of how it happened. Now, with our behavioral reports, these will be handed out if your child hurts another child, does not listen, or is having a really extremely hard day. I don't hand these out a whole lot, unless it's just one of those days, it's just, okay, I'm done. But I try not to turn these in a whole lot. And right now our class is pretty good. So I'm just kind of holding back on these for right now. It talks about the behavioral, and this is like throwing items like just off the grid for that day, like just off the wall. Then it goes into the incident. So if they hit us, that'll be one of these. If staff or peers or anything, details of the incident, which I will write down as much as I can, and then what the action was taken. If they can't calm down, we will call you and say, hey, they're just not having the greatest day. We can't calm them down to the point like we used to. Can you come pick them up, kind of thing. Let's see here. Yeah, that's about it for that one. And I will keep, so I will, when you pick them up, I will have these if your child has one. I will go over with you. You sign the bottom. You get the white sheet, and the yellow and pink stay with me. One stays here, and one goes to Susanville or at the office. So some of our upcoming events is the next thing. Now I gave everyone a calendar and one of those um, envelopes I gave you guys at the beginning of the year. If you don't or you lost it, please let me know. I can make you copies here. So please always check the calendar. The whiteboard is going to come back out. I'm going to push it further by Paul though, so that way when you guys come in, you guys can see it right there instead of coming all the way up to the front. Since you guys are really good at the line situation right now, I'm just going to take that part away. But anything, let's see here. So just please remember no school tomorrow. And then in October, we have 2 days off, which are the 9th and the 12th. Let's see here. And always check Facebook. If there's anything coming up, I will post it on here. And also, I will have a paper on the whiteboard as well. I'll try to fit everything on this whiteboard. I know it's kind of small, but such as like parent meetings, book orders due, or if there's no school, I'll have that on the front door, and I'll have it on the board as well. So then you guys can all see it, and then there'll be the Facebook notification. We're gonna try to figure out another way to contact all of you guys instead of using the Facebook so much. So as soon as that gets situated and we figure that all out, then I'll be just basically sending you. Hopefully, it'll be one of those like the class tags or something where I can just post it to and send it to everybody, and then we can start discussions from there. That's about it with the calendar. Yeah, October is coming. Our sign-in binder. Like you've noticed, you don't have to sign in, lucky dogs. I get to sign you guys in. That's why the taking the temperature is so important because I have the time of when you come in, and then I make a note of what time you guys come pick up, which is kind of why it kind of takes a couple of minutes for your child to come out because I'm writing down the time and then getting their stuff so they can go. I will be bringing out the sign in and sign out sheet just for you guys to sign by the end of the month. I still have September's that I will start hounding you guys on Monday for. Um, but I fill out everything else. So I just need your signature saying, yes, this is right. My child was there. Any day your child misses, please let me know as soon as possible. If they're not feeling well or anything like that, I just need to know that day for reasoning so I can fill out an absence card, which is the next thing on my list. So last year, you guys had to fill these out um, if your child was sick, so we had some documentation of what it is. So these are what they look like since you guys aren't probably going to see them for a while. You guys are doing an awesome job at letting me know why your child was gone or not. So what I might do is I'll fill these out. Might have you guys sign them at the end of the month of how many you guys have. Um, and that just kind of goes in their file. Not a big deal, but that kind of keeps track of your best interest as well. If it's a personal, try to have a little bit more detail. You don't have to go into any explicit stuff. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I just need to know like a reasoning to figure out if it's a best interest or not, or if they were sick or anything like that. Showed you the absence cards. Yeah, just let me know the reasoning. I just need something on there. Emergency cards, I already had one parent that had to change some stuff on it. If you need to add people or take people off of your emergency card, I'm going to start doing emergency card checks every month just to make sure everything's still up to date. Phone numbers, addresses, any of that stuff, just so we have the proper information just in case something does happen. Knock on wood, it doesn't, but you know, we don't want a situation basically. So that way I know who can, who can't, who's taking off, who's adding on, because there's going to be times that I'm not going to be here. And if it's someone that my sub doesn't know, they're going to ask for ID, all that kind of stuff. So just be prepared for that. And if their name's not on here, they're not taking the child. So that's the other thing I think about. Make sure everyone's on here that is supposed to pick up the child, or that is allowed to pick up the child. Let me see. We're on page 2. Okay, now our food program has changed a lot since this whole wonderful COVID stuff happened. So we usually do family style, breakfast and lunch. Well, we don't do breakfast. We can't do breakfast style at all now. Basically, when your child comes in, they wash their hands and the table is already set for them. All they have to tell us if they want milk or water. They have all the food. They're basically get offered everything. If they don't want to eat it, they don't have to eat it. So Miss Shelley got the grant, like I said. It ends in December though, so we don't know what's going to happen after that. So we might go, luckily, I might have to just do breakfast again, which isn't a big deal, but they'll be set up as well like we are right now, unless COVID gets lifted or something. So I will be making breakfast, but it'll all be set up. Try maybe if you guys at home, since that was one of the big things for state is to encourage family style. Try to do it at home. See what happens. If you guys need some information about family style or anything, I have flyers that I sent out last year, just to help you guys out. Helps them with their verbal skills as well and their manners and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of fun to all sit down and eat together, honestly. Elementary school. Your child now our food programs changed a little bit, but they're still offered all the same food that they would if I was cooking on a typical day. So for breakfast, there's always gonna be a whole grain of some sort, or a meat alternative, which is like an egg. Then there's always gonna be a fruit, and there's gonna be milk or water for breakfast. Now for the lunches, if you haven't noticed, there's always a whole grain. There's a meat or a meat alternative, a fruit, a vegetable, and milk. And like I said before, if your child is absent, you can still receive a lunch with the breakfast for the next morning. You just got to call the elementary school before 9 o'clock. Pickup is from 11:30 to 12:30 at the elementary school, and it's basically a drive up. If you guys haven't tried it, take advantage of this. This is amazing. This is for kids 1 years old to 18. So definitely a great thing that Shelly's able to do for everyone here. Next thing on my list is holidays and birthdays. So this is the sad part. As of right now, we cannot have parties and we cannot have birthday things. Basically, we cannot have anything, even if it's store-bought, come into the preschool. That is a really big bummer for us. We had a lot of cooking activities, all that stuff set up, but as of right now, we can't. Just to make sure everything's safe until everything gets lifted. And then parties and birthdays will be basically the same. It must be store-bought. But as of right now, no parties, no birthdays. I will let everyone give everyone a notice when it changes, if it changes. Now the book club, thank you for everyone who ordered this month. We do this every month. Now the Scholastic Book Club is really cool. Each month I will hand you out the little flyers with the sheet on top that has our class code and the due date on it. Now with Scholastic, they give us a lot of free books, which is awesome with how many orders we have. So it's actually a really good opportunity for any of you guys to purchase books for your children. I know some are getting them for birthdays. I usually get some for Christmas, but I mean, like I said, it's every month, so don't go crazy on one month because you might find something really awesome on the next month. And they rotate which flyers they give us, so I'm not sure what's going to be in the next month, which is kind of a hard situation. When you order it, and I placed the order, this week I had to wait a couple more days because I had some late orders, but it usually comes within the 10 days. As soon as I hit send, it usually takes 10 days to get here. I will put them in plastic bags and just hang them in your child's cubby unless you give me, um, if you give me some other situation that you don't want your child to know about, then I'll hand them off to you in the morning. You just got to kind of remind me. Let's see here. The more we receive, the more kickback we get. Kickback could be points to more books, and then all these points that we receive go to, we usually get each child a book or two from Scholastic using these points for an end of the year gift. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking of ordering. The best way to order is online, but if you can't for some reason, they do take checks still. You just got to send me the flyer, bring me the flyer of which books you want, and I will mail in your check for you. But yes, those are the things that we do for the book club. It's an awesome opportunity for all of us. The next thing on our list is the DRDP, which is our Desired Results Developmental Profile, which is basically, for me, it's a rating for the school. Not for each child like they kind of make it. It kind of shows where your child is, but then it also shows what we as a school need to do to improve so we can get your child to improve or, grow educationally, developmentally. Um, so we rate each child on the measures of self-regulation, social and emotional, cognition, health and physical, language, and literacy. Um, so with that, it's a lot of work, but it actually is really interesting. For the parents that were here last year, um, they were able to see how far their child grew from fall to spring. And with that being said, yes, I do this twice a year. Um, this one is due in November, so I'm hoping to have everything done by the end of October. So I sent it into an online profile basically. They make reports, which I will show you guys because after I turn this in, before winter break, we will be doing parent conferences basically. And with that, there's also a parent survey that I would like you guys to fill out and turn in so I can do some more paperwork and research on that to see how you guys are enjoying this school. We take notes on each child in each and every category. We're supposed to have 3 notes for each measure for each child. So it takes some time. That's why they kind of give us a little, luckily, a lot of notes, especially our children this year. They're very highly active, energetic. We get a lot of notes on one little thing they do because they're doing so much at one time, which is kind of cool, especially since I've never had a class this high energy. So it's a whole new experience for everyone. And with the whole COVID restrictions, it's a way different situation because I just don't know what to do half the time. But they kind of calm themselves down if they can, and if not, then we're standing up cutting. We're standing up. That's awful, but they're standing up at their spot cutting, not running around. Um, I know supposed to be encouraging them to sit in a chair, but with how much high energy these kids have, we basically have been standing up and writing our names and all that, and it seems to be working. So that's one of the things we're going to be trying a lot more of. Um, Back to the DRDP, sorry. With the parent conferences, they will be on Zoom. They're very quick unless you have a lot of concerns or questions. They're about maybe 10, 15 minutes. I will set up a sign-in sheet on here, I guess we can do, and you guys just send a message of, hey, this is the time that works for me, and we can just Zoom it really quick and get it over with. Let's see here. And then we'll go over the results of the DRDPs and the parent surveys in January at our second parent meeting. Parent conferences, like I said, one will be held in December, the other one will be held in April via Zoom. Unless everything gets lifted, then we can do it in my office. We'll go through your child's DRDP results and where we're going, and what we're doing next with your child's education. The first one is very vague and very generalized just because we're still trying to learn up where each child is. And then we will also go over any questions or concerns you may have. This is the point. If you forget something, write it down. This is the time to ask me anything because it's just me and you, private conversation. Um, yeah, and that is the best time if you have any issues with your child that you want to kind of go over, and I will try to help you. If I don't know an answer, like I said, I will send you to someone, or get information for you that can help you out. The next thing on our list is newsletter. Each month you'll receive a newsletter that has the books we're working on, the curriculum that we're kind of focusing on that month, and important dates. There's another way to do it. Granted, I just looked at September's and I said we have no school on the 27th. We don't have school on the 27th because that's a Sunday, but we don't have school on tomorrow. So that's the change. Sorry guys. Um, the important dates and reminders, and there's always going to be a parenting tip at the bottom. But the reminders are more of make sure your child has extra clothes, missing paperwork, if anything's coming up, that'll be another spot. Remind you of the parent meeting, book orders, all that kind of stuff. Now with the Facebook page and live, granted all of you except a couple have Facebook, which is awesome. Thank you so much. But I just want to let you guys know this is a private page for only parents and guardians of the children in this preschool. Some of this information I just want shared because I know there was times where babysitters weren't giving the parents information or giving them paperwork. That's the only reason why I made this Facebook page was so I can connect with the parents and give you guys all the information you need. And also if you guys wanted to talk to some of the other parents in the class, perfectly fine. You guys do whatever you guys want. The pictures that I said I would post is more of the artwork, like the classroom. Like I said, I'm going to take you on a virtual tour of our classroom so you guys can see what it's like here. But yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of, we can't do a lot of children's faces. If like one year the fire department showed up and luckily I was able to take a picture of all the back of the kids' heads so you couldn't see who was what. But I could post something like that. It's just not that visual face. But they're actually trying to get us off of Facebook right now and get us into a different app or site or something like that. Something like Google Classroom or something. Just so that way my videos will stay and all that stuff instead of me just doing it like a Zoom and then half the information's gone because you guys can't replay the video. And that's what I know I have a hard time with. I have to watch it a couple times if there was something I've missed. Like I said, I'll be doing anything at schools, reminders, also Facebook Live for parent meetings, and so the parents who can't make it, you guys can watch on here anytime. I know parents are busy, trust me, completely understand, and so I know it's hard to sit here and do a live meeting, because I mean, when we were doing the actual True Blue in-person meetings, I only had, well, last year there was quite a bit, but I only had a couple parents because a lot of them were working, and then they missed out on this information. So that's the reason why we do the lives as well, so you guys can go back and check it out. And when I do a Facebook Live, like I said before at the beginning, please comment something so I know, because it says I have like 5 viewers, but I can't see who's viewing me. So just write a comment so I can count you for the parent meetings. And if you watch it afterwards, just comment when you do watch it, just so then I know that you acknowledged it and I can add you to the list as well. If you have any questions about and you knew you're gonna miss the parent meeting, please message me, write them in comments, anything like that, and I will basically put it into our next meeting. If you're watching live right now, if you have a question that popped up, you can comment and I will stop what we're talking about right now and answer your question. So just remember that. Thank you, Teresa. So yeah, questions right now, go for it. Anytime I'm talking about something, parents, you can just write a comment, I have a question in the comment, and I will respond. Now with our curriculum, we each week or each month, we will be focusing on subjects that go with our books or our seasons. Like I said, I'm going to keep repeating this, guys. Our kids are very highly active and energetic this year. So we try to get them to do anything and everything to keep them busy so they can pay attention to what needs to be done. I'll go over what our idea is, that I did yesterday and today, and it actually worked out really well. So instead of doing a huge, large group like we were doing, while they're doing the directed choice, I'm pulling a table at a time so they get that one-on-one or the 1-on-4 time with me. So I can take each child and, work on their name, and it's not this rush of, okay, I have to be at this table and this table. This way, I can actually kind of personalize what I'm saying and what I'm doing instead of generalizing it for everybody. It worked really well yesterday with one of the activities. I had them start an activity, stop it. So when we got as a huge group, we were able to finish that activity. And it was more like, if you guys didn't notice, glittery, gluey kind of stuff. And it worked out amazingly. And today we did an art project with fall, which I'll show you in the video or in the next video. And I had them all write fall first while they were doing the directed choice, and I was able to talk to them through each letter. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. Not a big deal right now. And then we came as a group and painted the top of it. So I'll show you those when I go around. So it actually works really well that way, which I think I might try to keep it that way. We were going to start just putting like sand and stuff out, but I think if we have a curriculum or an activity that we have that we must get through for our portfolio or something like that, that's the way we're going to do it. So we're going to basically take table to table, just so you guys know what we're doing here and how we're working with your child, table to table, all that kind of stuff. Our homework and our distance learning. So every break, I am more than happy to make a packet for you guys if you want one. I used to make one for everyone in the class, and then I would never get anything back. I didn't even know if the kids did it, nothing. So if you want, please let me know and ask me. I can make one for Thanksgiving, for winter break if you guys wanted to, or in spring break. And then if you want me to make one up for the summertime, perfectly happy for that too, to keep them going. Now, if something happens and we have to go to distance learning, I will contact everyone and I will have packets put together every week. Monday will be pickup day and drop off day. Um, I'm from what I'm thinking, I'm gonna kind of make it like the kinder or the elementary school is now. So then, if something does happen, you have to go distance learning when you're up there. We're kind of already in the mix of how to do it. So Mondays I will be here. I will have a packet box that you pick up a packet and you drop the last packet off in the opposite box, just so then I can see where you guys are. I can kind of modify the packets for everybody instead of just making just some generalized packets each time. I can kind of work it towards each child. And then with that, if we do go distance learning, I will be checking in with everyone once a day. I'm not too sure what it's going to look like, if it's going to be on here, if it's going to be in that new, like a Google Classroom, if it's going to be a class tag, anything like that, Seesaw, anything like that. But we will figure that out, and as soon as I know, I will let you guys know. Um, and hopefully we don't have to, but you never know. But as soon as we go into if we have to go to distance learning, it's that next day. It's not going to be, oh, we'll wait until the beginning of the next week. No, it is that day, and I will have a packet ready as soon as I can, pretty much. I'm going to try to set them up now so then there's none of this freak out mode from me. Now, fire drills we do each month. We will make a different scenario around the classroom to prepare us for the real fire/emergency. So instead of just going down the ramp saying, oh no, fire, fire, I have an actual fire picture, and whoever finds it screams fire, fire, because I just hide it somewhere in the classroom. They stop, they tell us where the fire is, and then we figure out which exit is the right exit to go through that we won't get hurt. We all stop. So as soon as we line up, we figure out where the fire is and what's the safest route out. We walk outside, we go to the front right over here, where the bus stop is, and we stop right there. We all bundle up. I do tell the kids, now we have to stay together because if there is an actual emergency, we're going to have cops, firemen, we're going to have everybody around us, and it's going to be extremely loud, and I need to hear you guys when I check you guys off, because what if someone's inside? Just in case someone says, oh my gosh, Miss Ashley's going to leave us inside if there's a fire kind of thing. Just want to let you guys know what I'm really saying. But yes, so we'll have those each month, so don't be alarmed. And I kind of make it kind of serious, I don't want to say scary, but just let them know what to expect if there is something. If there is really a fire, we'll go out there, and I have a funny feeling that Forrest will send us to the fire station. I'll have your emergency contact numbers and everything with us if there is an actual emergency and we have to get evacuated or whatnot. And then I will call every single one of you and I will stay with your child until everyone gets picked up. So, with that being said, if you have any concerns, we kind of went over this last year as well. I just want to make sure everyone knows to contact me first. If you guys have any concerns, questions, anything like that, please let me know. And if, like I said, if I don't know the answer to it, I will basically send it off to Susanville, and Susan will probably have an answer for me. If you have any concerns of what you're seeing or what you're hearing, let me know so I can pay attention to it a little bit more, and I can give you guys a report back. If you ever want to know how your child is doing as well, please contact me anytime. Honestly, I'm always working. I'm always checking my phone. So if something pops up like, hey, Ashley, I have a question for you, and you don't want to wait, you can message me and I will answer it as soon as I can. Like I said, the bulletin boards, I'm going to try to have all the information. So it'll have the lunch schedule, our calendar up there, our newsletter, any events going on, like the book order, parent meeting, any of that kind of stuff will be on there. Let me make sure. I'm going to try to write what's for breakfast since we really don't know what we're having until that day or the day before. So I'm going to try to make a breakfast thing on there as well. If there's any holidays off, I'll have that information there as well. Just, it's going to be a lot of stuff on that little board. Just a heads up. It might be on the back, so you might want to look around. I'll try to finagle the board somehow. The missing paperwork, you guys have done an amazing job at turning in paperwork. We still have some paperwork out, which is mostly the physicals, which is really hard. Just remember to get those physicals done as soon as possible and the paperwork turned in. If you need another physician's report, I have plenty. Yeah, because I'm going to go through everything again, and you'll have another letter next week if, if you're still missing paperwork. Extra clothes. Please, please, please make sure your child has extra clothes. That is one thing that we're allowed to bring into the preschool besides jackets or sweaters or extra clothes. We've already had a couple of accidents and everything, so we have no spare clothes here right now. So please, please, please bring in spare clothes, extra clothes. They're all in a tote, which I will show you when I do the virtual classroom or class, however you want to say that. Show you where it goes, where I put it, honestly, because if you hand it to me outside, it's going straight into my apron, and I'll put it in there when I come back. And it's not just for bathroom accidents. It can also be if they're wet due to spilling their milk, spilling their water. If we're outside and they get dirty or, who knows what. Just so they have clothes here. Also, please remember that we have the policy of no open-toe shoes. This is just so a kid doesn't get hurt or anything falls on their foot or someone steps on it. So we have basically kept it to we have to have full-blown shoes on. If you like, you can switch your children's clothes out to the appropriate weather since it is getting colder. Or if you just want to put some shorts and pants in there, that's perfectly fine. So then you're set. You're good there. Just let me know. I can grab your bin and we can switch it really quick if you guys want to switch or if you want to bring extra clothes in. Perfectly fine. Not a big deal. And just don't forget to bring your child in a jacket or a sweater since it is getting cooler outside in the morning. And the morning run is actually working out really well to kind of calm them down before breakfast. When weather gets bad, we're going to have to go inside first thing. So I'm trying to get as much outside time as possible right now. And it's kind of really calming them down. I'm not going to lie to you. So that's the best part about it. So our trainings. So every parent meeting, we have to have a training. So I normally have a training of family style, which since we don't really do it in the classroom right now, it's kind of hard to do it right now because of everything. So this meeting, I'm going to ask you to make a couple of things with your children. Like I said, I've noticed our kids are very active and very energetic and have a very hard time calming down. And also lately they've been talking a lot about nightmares and their worries, which is, kind of a given thing right now. I spent a lot last year on the emotional aspects and all that stuff, so this is kind of meshing into. So I would like to ask every parent, I did this last year too, parents, for the returning parents, to make a worry doll. I have directions on how to make it, what a worry doll really means, um, and I'm going to give you like maybe 3 sticks. And the only thing that will not be in here in your materials will be glue and markers. I had parents last year tape their worry dolls. I will show you my little worry doll from last year so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. This will be in the packet that I told you guys will be on the doorstep tomorrow. I'm going to put them all together tonight, hopefully, um, to get these ready for you guys. So as soon as I come in tomorrow, they're going to be out front. You guys can just come whenever. I will leave them out if there's packets still in there tomorrow before I leave. I will leave them out over the weekend so you guys can just come in whenever and grab it. Just look for your child's first name, except for the one that I have 2 of. Look for a K or a C. So here is my little worry doll from last year. She has no face, I know. And then you can kind of talk to your child about telling them their worries. They just talk about having them lay with them in bed, have them underneath their pillow. I just remember having those little tiny ones when I was a kid. And basically glue, you're going to have thread like this. You guys are going to have 2 colors of these. And I will put some pipe cleaners in there. You'll have the tongue compressor. Oh my goodness. Some tissue paper and some fabric in there. So just, yeah, let your child have fun with it. You guys can have fun with it. You guys can draw funky faces if you want on them, anything you want. Just make it your guys' own. And with this, please, please take pictures and send them to me so I can see what they look like, because that's the best part, is seeing what you guys come up with. They can be anything. Honestly, your child can have a 4-armed worry doll if they wanted to. There's no right or wrong ever in preschool. So that's the first project, is the worry doll. Now the second one I don't have really an example because I didn't put one together yet. So like I said, children get back to whatever they were doing. And so that's why we came up with the standing up. But sometimes the standing doesn't really work, and we're here to have lots of different options, right? Right. So the next thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is I'm going to give you a couple balloons. I'll give you a little direction sheet. I'm going to give you sand in these ones. It calls for 1/4 cup of sand, but you can also put flour in it, or there's also one that you can put Play-Doh in. So you guys can do it however you want. I'm just providing the balloons, and you can draw faces on your balloons, or your child can draw faces, and ask them what emotion that is. So I'll give you maybe 2 balloons each, and then they can have 2 emotions. Just something for them to squeeze. So I've noticed a lot of high anxiety, energetic activeness. So if we have those, that might help a lot with or the concentrating. We're gonna make the kids make some here as well, and they're gonna go into their work cubby. So when it's time to sit down and work, they can have it, so they have some motion going while they're trying to focus on what we're trying to teach them. Um, Chess. So we're making a stress ball. Hopefully it works. Just remind your child safety. Do not throw it. Do not stick the balloon in your mouth. Um, like I said, there'll be instructions for both of them, and please send pictures of the stress balls too, because I can't wait to see what they come up with. These kids this year are very creative, and it's a lot of fun to see what they say and what they do and everything, and I just wish I had that much energy. So that's why I'm telling you, parents, your kids are extremely energetic. I've never had such an energetic class ever. So right now, I see there's 6 people viewing. For the ones that just showed up, please comment so I know that you're watching, so I can write you down in the as participating in this. If you guys have any questions, I might have some answers. So I'll open up the floor for a little bit for any questions from anyone who's watching right now. Okay. Do you think we're all good? Anyone with a question before I end this? Just want to make sure. If you do have any questions, like I said, I will be here. I will be in Zoom meetings all day tomorrow, though. But like I said, my phone is always with me. If something pops in your head, and you're like, "Hey, Ashley, I have a question about something that was said at the meeting, or do you need more clarification?" Just let me know. Message me. If it's a long thing, I might take some time because trying to get everything done is crazy. Um, but yes. Oh, hi, Ainsley. Yes. Do you have any question? Do you have a question, Ainsley? Just to make sure before I send everyone out. Oh, Teresa. Sorry, I didn't even notice that one. Um, if we missed the book order deadline, is it okay to order online still? Yes, I haven't actually sent in the order yet, Teresa. So if you want to order right now or today, I can wait until tomorrow, and then I'll close this month. For sure. Yeah, no worries. And just let me know if you're like, oh, we want to. If I want to, if you want to do it and you're like, oh, I just got to wait a couple days, just let me know. I can hold it open for a little bit longer. But yes, Teresa, if you get on there right now and order the books, then I can, or tonight, I'm not going to say right now, but tonight I will close the book order for this month tomorrow. And I'm trying to think. Alicia, did I answer all your questions? I'm trying to think what we had, and I cannot remember. Oh, okay, so the photos, like I said, will be more of the classroom instead of the children, just because of the new Privacy Act and all that, even though it's one of our private Facebook pages. And that is it. That's the hard part with the whole privacy thing. I used to send pictures to parents, or I used to take pictures of the kids and we'd give them to the parents. Or one year I made this giant yearbook. It was amazing. But with all the new rules and stuff, it kind of just messes me up with taking pictures and sending to the families. Um, but yes, that is it. No questions. Oh, parties. I went over that at the beginning. We cannot have parties due to COVID. They do not want us bringing anything in from, even if it's store bought. But as soon if or as soon as the regulations do get lifted, then we will go back to our old where parties and birthdays, you guys can are more than welcome to bring treats, but they must be store bought, and that's if or when the restrictions get lifted. So as of right now, we're just having a lot of dance parties on Fridays. Trying to do some yoga, some active yoga, that kind of stuff. We, I'm gonna, since Halloween's coming up, totally space this. Halloween's coming up, and we cannot wear costumes to school. So that day, I usually do a PJ day. So I'll have more information about that next month. But for Halloween, we will, oh, I guess it's Saturday. So Friday, we will have a PJ day. It's really fun. Kids get excited about it. But I will have more information for that in October. Just want to give you guys a heads up. We cannot wear costumes to school for Halloween. And that is it. Let me make sure. No more questions. I think that is it. So I will get back on here in a couple minutes to do the Facebook Live for the class to show you guys around because you guys have not seen this at all. Okay? Have a great day, guys. Just remember for everyone who's gonna chime in and watch later, please comment so I can count you guys as watching. Have a good day and have a great 3-day weekend for the parents that get it.